My name is Mabel Smith. I am 17 years old and a slave. I'm not writing this diary for myself for any selfish reasons, but for the world. I want people to see what we go through on a daily basis, the horrors I live, the beatings I get, the pain I see. I was given this book by my father 1 year ago before he got sold to a bigger estate in Georgia from our home in South Carolina. He had stolen the book from the master's chambers and instructed me to keep it safe and away until I needed it, so I did. And here I am. I received a beating today from the master for not picking cotton fast enough. My hands were weak from a 13-hour shift, and I was sweating profusely from the hot southern sun. It seemed the more work I did, the worse it got. When he came and hit me with his whip, I winced. The deep feeling of cowhide against my back multiple times is worse than I had ever felt. This was the second I established within myself that I was done with the hard hours, the beatings, and other unsayable tortures. I wished to escape. Word of a railway and freed slaves in the North have spread amongst the Negroes in town like wildfire. We remain quiet and speak only to our trusted friends for fear of an outsider finding out. It is dangerous to speak of such things. Freedom for a black man or woman? Unheard of. But a revolution is coming. I can feel it. The more hours that pass, the more my thoughts lie on freedom, a life without hate and burden. I do not wish my current life on anyone, and the more my young siblings and mother grow, the more I desire that same freedom for them and happiness. I want to experience happiness again. My time in captivity has aged me beyond my years. We are free in my mind now. My mother, brother, sister, and I have escaped the master's compounds into the woods where we lie. Our current state is risky. We must sleep in trees and hide throughout the day to avoid being caught by anybody. In many ways, we are like escape prisoners, hiding, finding our way through the world. We're off to North Carolina, where we will meet with other escaped slaves and continue a path to New York or Canada. I already know that my trip does not lie remaining in America. I have no desire within me to continue life in a country that has inflicted so much agony. The road to Durham has been long and tiring, hidden days and long nights of running. We must do it to find our way. We met today with a follower of Harriet Tubman, who we now know as the conductor, and 30 other men, women, and children. It is less lonely now, but scarier as time goes by. Stories of escaped slaves found and sent back to be killed by their masters have been shared. We must remain wary, but be strong. Me and 25 other slaves that remained on the route arrived in New York today. I'm in most aspects considered free now. No longer must I live in hiding, afraid of living. I can be true to myself and smile fully because I made it. My mother has told me that she is weak and wishes to remain in New York. After 44 years living in captivity, I understand her sentiments completely. She has tasted freedom and wishes to remain there. But I am young and long for a life that cannot be given to me in America. So I keep hold of her and my siblings tonight before I leave to find my own in Ontario tomorrow. Many tears are shed and given that day. My mother instructs me to visit the house as often as I can and keep in touch with her and my family through letters. I couldn't explain how much it hurt leaving them, but I had to remain true to myself and go. I am here, I am free, I feel fulfilled. I have arrived in Brockville after a long carriage ride, which was much better than walking, I must say. Nothing could prepare me for this moment. When I exited the carriage and was greeted by the family I am staying with, my eyes became opened and I felt happy. This was the life I was meant to live. Canada was where I was meant to be.